Welcome to Off the Bit, Country Racing's only dedicated racing show. My name's Jason Richardson. It's my great honour to be in the chair to talk all things racing. Spring Carnival is just around the corner, of course. Saturday, Caulfield Guineas, Manangatang Cup Day. Sunday is Cranbourne Cup Day. Our racing expert, the man that's going to get his teeth into it, is the one and only Dr. Turf. Great to see you, mate.
Lovely to be here, Richo. 21 Country Cups still to go this spring. I may not get to everyone, but I'll tell you what, I'm going to have a bet on every one of them.
No doubt he'll be having a bet. He'll have a bet on everything. Check out our beautiful flowers. Of course, this is the Leucadendron Safari Sunset. Country Racing's very own flower throughout the Spring Carnival. It's beautiful indeed. Turf, let's get our teeth into a couple of the big issues and big results that's been happening this week. Well, it rained cats and dogs, didn't it, on the lead up to the AFL Grand Final day. Unbelievably, we still race at Mornington, though.
I don't reckon we would have 2-3 years ago. Of course, when they redid the Mornington track, it's now a really good wet weather track. We've had some terribly wet winters and Mornington races been abandoned there, but the track was fantastic. Given the amount of rain we had, that was just a tremendous race meeting there last week. And I'm Jake, of course, winning the big RM Classic. Very handy horse, this one, and he's been very well placed as well.
Yeah, and a Quinella to David Brightoak and David Feek, new in partnership. And, well, David Brightoak in particular, his stable's been flying. Now with David Feek, who's been working with him for a long time. They Quinella the race with their terrific mare Dance With Her.
Yeah, they did Dance With Her, I think, going around also this weekend. I think, in fact, Moonee Valley tomorrow night. Yeah. So, look, funny, boutique stable, David Brightoak, but he just keeps knocking up training winners, and he's had a really good winter. Lost that good mare, Warm Love, of course, but bounced back at Mornington last Saturday.
And as we can expect on the Mornington program, the Mornington trainers were well and truly to the fore. Well, let's turn our attention to a very funny story and also a feel-good story. It was Matoa Cup Day, and Rick McIntosh, who's a great friend of ours, was calling the Matoa Cup, and as always, well, he's the consummate professional, except his body let him down.
I was watching the Matoa Cup meeting from race 1 onwards, and I thought, race 1, gee, Rick, voice doesn't sound too flash. I reckon you're about 100 to 1 to get through the meeting. I think he got through to race 6. He had the flu. He was crook. He blames Terry Bailey, of course, for infecting him. But he battled on, but come Matoa Cup time, he was in big trouble.
Have a listen to the 2011 Matoa Cup.
Then Flaming Mo, even more action on the rails. Capu Star coming at him. And then Flaming Mo, it's even more action in front of Capu Star though in the cup. Even more action, 2 legs to Capu Star. Then Gentleman Josh, and even more action will win the Matoa Cup.
I don't know who won the Matoa Cup. I couldn't understand what he was saying.
It was even more action. Lucky there was only 8 horses in the race, Rich. I imagine a 16-horse filly he would have been cast at the 800.
He was very funny indeed. Well, luckily, there was a 14-year-old who was on hand. Travis Noonan is his name. His dad is David Noonan, who trains out of stall.
He does.
He's been practising calling. The stewards and Rick went to him and said, "What are you doing for the next 2 races?" And he did a good job.
Just as well with school holidays. He
Right.
may not have been there. The stewards may have ended up calling the last 2 races. But great effort by the kid. No preparation, bundle of nerves, I guess. Had his arm in plaster from a broken arm. And didn't really have it all day to learn the colours for the last couple of races. Just did a great job.
Have a listen to a young 14-year-old calling races at Matoa, Travis Noonan.
Leader out in front here would have been Tata Class. He's tackled from all areas. Oshkosh, Old Black and Mr. Malteca out wide. Ryle Little Mag getting the run up along the middle. It's Ryle Little Mag and Mr. Malteca going for the lead. Tool up along the inside. Ryle Little Mag, he's got to hold on. Yes, he does. Ryle Little Mag just won it from Mr. Malteca. Tool.
What a great job.
It was.
Put him in your black book, Turf. I like him.
Even the sprint race, there was an absolute split inch between the first 2. It was a photo, and he nailed the photo. So clearly, it's not a misspent youth. He's nailed it.
And talking about the black book, well, Turfy put this horse in its black book when it made its debut. Her name is Black Caviar. She's 13 from 13. And on Saturday, it's Caulfield Guineas Day, but everyone will be talking about this wonderful mare.
Yeah, they certainly will. Obviously, you know, the Farlap having won 14 in a row, she's got 13. She now matches Farlap when she wins on Saturday in the Scalacci, which she will. She's not a champion, Richo. She's a freak. She is an absolute freak. Big stride, fast, huge cruising speed, and just does fantastic things for racing.
Well, no horse has ever won their first 14 starts all on metropolitan tracks. So that's what she's trying to do on Saturday. She will simply win, and there's 7 competitors, and some of them are a bit limited.
They are. I like Rara Kane. Mick Kent, I like his positivity there, because he was scratched from Bendigo. She was scratched from Bendigo today to take on Black Caviar. Now, I don't know whether they just wanted members' entry, but I think it might run last.
I think it's just to be having the thrill of having a horse in the same race as Black Caviar. All right, there are our issues of the week. Our favourite segment here on Off the Bit.
Is it?
Yeah, well,
It's our first segment.
it's our very first. It's called, naturally, Turfy's Mail. And Turfy, you have got mail, and which is fantastic, considering this is our first show. But we did send it out on Twitter, in our
Yes.
Twitter account, which we will show you very shortly.
And we
this week.
were flooded as well. Would you like to read the mail out to me?
I'd love to read the first one, and it is from Matt in Swan Hill, who sends our first email through to Turfy, and it says, "Hi boys, what did you think of the run of So You Think in the Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe on the weekend? Did the jockey use the right tactics, Turf?"
Well, Matty, I think the jockey probably used the right tactics. I guess they were the tactics given to him by the stable, Aidan O'Brien and Bally Doyle. We've seen their tactics before. We don't like them. It was along the same lines as Lord Kitchener at Gallipoli, I thought. He basically slaughtered his own horses there. Don't forget, remember what he did 3 years ago when he had those 3 horses in the Melbourne Cup? He just blew them up. We saw So You Think beaten controversially in Europe earlier on in their spring at Royal Ascot by Rewilding, was it?
Yep.
Absolute slaughter there as well. And those tactics employed in the Prix de l'Arc on the weekend were just farcical. Any Australian trainer who came up with them, he'd be laughed off the racecourse. But apparently he's some sort of idol, Aidan O'Brien. Mate, you stuffed it up, you flogged them.
More forthright comments, of course, from Dr. Turf. Settled near last and broke 58 seconds for the last 1,000 metres. Run fourth.
Why have a pacemaker when first of all, pace your pacemaker. Don't have it go a million miles an hour. Give your horse some chance of actually being able to run into the race. He had no hope the way the race was run. I thought the horse was fantastic. The trainer was hopeless.
Well, you're very forthright, but you have limited credibility considering this next of our emails, which I think touches on a really good point indeed. And that's referring to, this is from Simon and Moe. Hey, Turf.
Yes.
Do you know there's a horse named Dr. Turf racing at the moment? Do you own him? Has he won a race yet?
Very funny, Simon. No, I don't own the horse. I hate the horse. He's embarrassed me. I mean, first of all, they should not have gelded him without referring it to me. But to have a horse as slow as this horse going around, absolutely, you know, that run at Murtough on the weekend, you know, the jockey kept a diary of the race during the race. He is the slowest horse I've ever seen. I've seen that horse. I've seen a pigeon land on him, nest and raise a family. He can't get out of his own road. And it's racing in my name. I wasn't asked. I certainly wasn't offered any ownership of the horse, which I've since made an offer to him. $1 a kilo, didn't go down that well. I've had a gutful of him. I did suggest a gear change to the trainer, lead earrings. That didn't go down that well either. I'm appalled. I don't know what to do.
Of course, RSPCA was only joking, our man, Dr. Turf. If you would like to send us an email or a Twitter, we love our Twitter. Here's our handle, @OffTheBitVic is a great way of sending us a tweet, and we'll make sure we read out the best tweets through our next week's show. But look, Dr. Turf's the name of the horse. As we go to our first ad break, we sent out our cub reporter, Dr. Turf, to interview the horse, Dr. Turf.
Yeah, thanks, mate. I'm here at the Ballarat stables of Dan O'Sullivan with a very, very well-known horse by the name of Dr. Turf. Doctor, what's gone wrong? You showed a lot of pace, I thought, first up at Ballarat. You got caught wide there, but dropped out in the straight. Were you sort of comfortable being out that wide? Then I thought on the synthetic track at Geelong the other day, I thought it was really disappointing, mate. You've seen a little bit of a squeeze there, missed the kick, but you weren't interested. What's going through your mind? You realise you're called Dr. Turf. There's a little bit of pressure on you. Do you think you're fulfilling your duty at the moment? Are you familiar with a product on the market called Pal Dog Food? That's me and the doctor. See you next time.
And welcome back to Off the Bit. Now we're going to turn our attention to Country Racing Cups. Of course, as I said, there is the Manangatang Cup and the Cranbourne Cup this weekend. Country Racing Victoria's Darren Galley is here to discuss all the cups. Spring's in the air, Daz.
Absolutely, Jason, and thanks for having me. And is that Dr. Turf? I can't tell what that fantastic new attire he's wearing today.
Spiffy.
Yes.
What has that come over you?
I popped into Strickland and Sons in Turek Road, South here, and picked up my suit this afternoon. Ooh. This will see me for about the next 30 cups, as all good race fashion does. So thanks very much to the boys at Strickland and Sons.
Gee, they have done a miracle, I tell you, making sure that he looks good. It's extraordinary.
What?
Manangatang Cup, where there's going to be some best dressed and fashions on the field, no doubt. Looking forward to that. It's the one time of the year, Darren, that they run the races at Manangatang.
That's right, Jason. And they say you must get back to Menang once a year. Rather go back than Christmas, go for the Country Cup, Manangatang Cup. So this year they've got Farmer Tim who'll be hosting and judging. Farmer Tim from Farmer Wants a Wife. He'll be judging fashions on the field. So I think he's now freshly available. So you might find a new maiden up there for him.
There's some of the great scenes from the Manangatang Cup. Of course, there's last year with only 5 starters. This year we've got 6 with Testa Jester and also Benchwarmer and Ameriking all coming through the Quambatook Cup at Swan Hill.
That's right. Ameriking was last year's winner. So hoping to go back to back there. And as you said...
Sorry, that's our Rick McIntosh with a voice.
That's
calling those particular races.
Yeah, and if you stay after last, you can get to see Spank the Turtle, one of the local favourite bands. Spank the Turtle.
Local pastime, is it?
Not.
Oh, it's a band. Sorry.
A big time band out that way. Yeah.
Well, let's have a look at all the details for the Manangatang Cup. It is a must thing to do is go to the Manangatang Cup Saturday, October the 8th, 85 kilometres northwest of Swan Hill. Farmer Tim from the current season of Farmer Wants a Wife. Live music all day. Spank the Turtle, Turf's favourite band, is playing late. Fashions on the field. Great prizes. 6 categories presented by Farmer Tim. I was about to say Father Tim. Farmer Tim.
Father Joe will be there.
Buses will be available from Swan Hill via the Commercial Hotel. Camping available. And of course, there's jumping castle. And the new thing, Turf, kids' tattoos.
They don't need it, they've already got them. They've got the real ones usually.
$20 entry. And also, and this is a really important message from the TAC, if you plan to have a drink or you are going with family and friends who plan to have a drink at the Manangatang Cup, then driving your car is the best way to ensure that they get there and home safely. I think it's a good message indeed from the TAC. I'm lucky enough on Sunday to be at the Cranbourne Cup amongst what will be a big crowd.
Into the racing at Tatura as well on Sunday, but Cranbourne is the big day, offering the $2 million sports bet bonus for horses that can win the Cranbourne Cup, then go on to win the Caulfield Cup. So there are 3 horses with a live chance.
Yeah, there are. Lisa's Game, of course, Tony Vassal's mare came closest a few years back. I think she went round, after winning the Cranbourne Cup, 200 to 1 in the Caulfield Cup she was officially. Ran the drum. But I think there's a better class of horse going around this year, just quietly.
Very much so. Besides those 3 horses, Ginga Dude is probably the horse that I'd be looking to favourably to win that race. But Mick Kent's certainly be hard to beat. He's got 2 of the favourites, or 2 of the better performed horses. He qualified the race last year, so he'll be hard to beat, I'd suggest.
Yeah, the top weight, unusual suspect too, is a Group 1 winner in America.
He ran a very nice race, and I think he took everybody by surprise, did he not, in his first weight for age start in Australia. He ran well. Yeah, that's unusual suspect. He's the top weight. Ginga Dude's in the race, as you were about to say. Drawn an outside barrier, probably goes forward and be hard to run down. He makes his own luck. He's a front-running horse. Loves a bit of give in the ground if there's any rain between now. In fact, there are going to be showers between now and Sunday. He loves a bit of give in the ground, Ginga Dude, and he'll only be fitter for his Moonee Valley win last Friday night. And the Moe Cup, Darren. What happened to the Moe Cup?
Well, Moe, unfortunately, like a number of clubs, were really in a lot of wet weather through the early part of this year. So their track had major renovations. It looks like they will be delayed now until December 16th. So their Christmas meeting on December 16th will now be the official Moe Cup. So make sure that you book for that event now.
Because it was run at Cranbourne last year. So that meeting is now at Cranbourne, but not the Moe Cup meeting will take place at Moe in December this year.
Racing on Thursday at Cranbourne instead of Moe, but the Cup meeting will go around at Moe on December 16th.
You've already commented on how magnificent Turf looks in his cracking suit from Strickland & Sons and his beautiful Leucadendrum Safari Sunset flower. He'd be very eligible, I would have thought, for best dress competition we have at Country
Racing. That's right. Strickland & Sons, one of our great new sponsors, are the major sponsor for a new fashion competition we have called Country's Best Dress Racegoer. All you need to do is go to a country race meeting of your choice in your country racing finest, upload a photo to the Country Racing Facebook site, There's a male wardrobe of $2,500. There's a female wardrobe for $2,500 from Myer, plus married accommodation vouchers. So lots of great prices. Again, on the Country Racing Victoria Facebook page, and upload your photos.
I always wondered whether you're best to spend $1,000 on a new suit or have 500 each way on something. It's always been a tough question for me.
Well,
I've normally gone the bet.
You've clearly made the right decision this
Thank you.
time. I didn't even recognise him when he arrived at our turf. Next weekend coming up, we have a couple of the real good country cups. Obviously, we have the Avoca Cup, but then also on Sunday, the Darley Seymour Cup and then the Horsham Cup. So it's cup season.
As Doc said earlier, there's 21 Cup meetings to be held between now and the end of spring, culminating with Ballarat Cup on November the 20th. So, I say, a cracking few weeks of racing ahead of us, and I'll be at Avoca Cup next Saturday.
You're going for the feed, aren't you? Because it's world famous.
Indeed it is, yes. Yeah, looking forward to a really good weekend.
Well, I reckon you're a big chance for best dressed as well.
Thanks
Darren.
very much.
Thanks so much for your contribution to the show. Good luck for a big weekend for country racing, all the cups, and we employ everyone who's watching the show to get out there and get involved.
Great, thank you.
All right, let's find out now. As we go to a break, we'll come back and start to turn our attention trying to find a winner. We'll throw the arm up Dr. Turf's back to try to steer us into a winner, and Alan Iskander from BetStar will give us all the odds.
It's racing, country racing now. It's racing, country racing now.
Welcome back to Off the Bit. My favourite part of the racing industry is trying to find the winner and trying to solve the puzzle. The man that normally does it, Dr. Turf, is very keen to find out the odds. And when we talk odds here on Off the Bit, we talk, of course, to Alan Iskander from betstar.com.au. Great to see you, Al.
Thanks very much, Richard. It's great to be here, Turfy. It's beginning of the spring, beginning of the country cups. It's all happening, and racing is the focus, which is great.
It certainly is, and we kick off with an absolute belter, I reckon, with the time-honoured Turek Handicap, Caulfield Guineas, great race. And a pretty handy little mare going around tomorrow as well.
That's right. We've got 3 Group 1s at Caulfield. We have the Manangatang Cup on Saturday as well, and then we roll into the Cranbourne Cup on Sunday. And Black Caviar, well, $1.06. I think she's been thrown around against the worst field I think she's ever met.
And very generous at $1.06
Yeah, I
as
think
well.
you're
She will
right.
brain them. She'll beat them easily. $1.06 is short, I get that. BetStar's putting up a market now with the favourite out. So if you think the $1.06 is too short, you can bet around Black Caviar. But get to Caulfield, watch the race. She'll be amazing.
But if you don't want to, say Richo rings you Saturday morning and says, Al, I want to have something small each way, Black Caviar. Will you bet him?
I bet him toad odds the place.
Yeah. Good on you.
Very generous indeed of you. Well, let's find out where the early mail from BetStar is at the moment. And we start with the Cranbourne Cup, Al, for the early mail because it's on Sunday, and this year with the special bonus and the big bonus offered for the trainers leading into the Caulfield Cup, it's attracted a ripping field.
Absolutely, a great idea to get the extra bonus in there for the Cranbourne Cup. You get the best horses when you do things like that. The favourite is Ginga Dude. It is $5 favourite. Unusual Suspect is $6. Dome Sky is $6, and then we go out from there. Another one at good value there is Pacino at $9. But looks like it'll be a great field. That market will settle itself down as we get closer to the Cranbourne Cup. But there's a few things there up on the graphic to have a little each way and roughy bet on.
What do you like at the moment, Turf? We see Ginga Dude from a wide gate probably forces Michael Walker to go forward, which is a good thing.
I think he has to go forward. That's why I'm going to tip around Ginga Dude. I had something on Moonee Valley last Friday night, but I just reckon barrier 14 might have to do a little bit too much work. Been watching it. The Lloyd Williams stable is absolutely on fire at the moment, and one of those Irish gallopers is Axar. 2 runs back from a spell now. He's a nice horse, Axar. This is a nice race for him, and beautiful looking Irish galloper he is. It always struck me how hundreds of years of breeding have left these Irish horses looking so magnificent. The same amount of time has done nothing for their human population. And it always sort of bamboozles me. But no, I'm going to have something on Axar.
And it'll be right in the market there, Doc. It's $7, third line of betting, $7 there, so it'll be right in the market.
Nick all on board too, so a lot to like about him to beat. Well, not an Irish horse, but Paddy O'Reilly's my second pick.
Well, a big cheerio to all our Irish viewers as well.
Yeah, God
Let's
bless you.
concentrate on the feature on Saturday at Caulfield. Will be the Caulfield Guineas, a time-honoured race, a stallion-making race. Al, where's the money and where's the suggested bet here?
Well, the money's been for Helmet, and as you said, Richo, it is a time-honoured race. The horses like Star Spangled Banner, Weekend Hustler, God's Own, Lonhro, Redute's Choice, they're just a few of the previous winners. Helmet has been really well back, $2.60 into $2.50. Smart Missile has drifted out to $3.20, but I expect money to come for Smart Missile. I expect it'll start shorter than that. Manawanu has been $6.50 into $5.50, and the only other horse in single digits is Chase the Rainbow at $8.
Yeah, defied the pattern at Moonee Valley last Friday night, chased the Rainbow. I can't tip against this horse, Helmet. I just thought his Guineas Prelude win in fast time was terrific. He looked pretty comfortable going the Caulfield way of going. A lot of those Sydney horses don't handle Caulfield. But I've got a bit of time for this horse. I reckon the mole is ideal. He's by Viscount, who ran so well on the Cox Plate many years ago. No, I'm pretty keen on him. He's short enough, 250. Maybe the Sydney horse Manawapui.
Manawapui.
No, there was actually a very good horse called Manawapui many years ago, but this horse will lead, I reckon, and I think Helmet's going to sit on his outside. I think they'll run 1-2.
Let's quickly have a look at one of the other features being the Toorak handicap, and this might be the one where we get some decent odds there at the moment. Betstar Early Mail has King's Rose at $4.20.
$4.20, now out to $4.40, and is sort of going in a way that I anticipated wouldn't. I thought it'd be plenty of money for King's Rose. I thought it would be the shortener. Lewin, you're fat forever. Can't spit that out, but I struggle with it. $7 into $6. Fast Clip has been the best backed. It's been $9 into $6, and they're pretty much dominating the market.
Yeah, I like Lewin Yet Forever. I love saying it as well, but I thought his run last start was terrific. Mole's going to suit him ideally. I'm pretty, I don't say keen on him, but I think it'll be very hard to beat from Dow Dow, who ran so well on the Emirates last year, and Toorak Toff, who's come back from that wind operation, but his win the other day was fantastic.
And he's at $10. It looks to be a big price. Just quickly, before we leave, Val, let's have a quick look at the price of the World Cup quarter-final, because the Aussies, $1.80, South Africa $2. Oh, we stuffed up losing to Ireland, didn't we?
We really did there, we really did. But I think the money will come for the Aussies. We're a patriotic bunch. It'll be a great game, and we're getting to the real hot end of the Rugby World Cup. As you touched on, Australia $1.80, Springboks $2. New Zealand still favourites to take out the whole thing. They're a $1.68 favourite, and anyone interested in the Aussies, they're back into $7. Third pick is the Springboks, as you'd expect, at $9. But it'll be one-way traffic for the Aussies, I think, in the quarterfinals, and I think the punters will back them in for the outright.
Yeah, I've been shadowed ever since Namibia got booted out, but I'll stick with the Aussies.
Well, we hope that you have a bit of luck, but not too much luck on the weekend, because Turf and I are pretty keen to take some Betstar money, aren't we?
They are our natural enemy, so let's not be too kind.
Good luck. Hope you have a great weekend, Al, and thanks for your time on the show. Well, Turf, we've got through our first show.
Magnificent, and looking forward to a great weekend's racing. Country Cup's up and running. Looking forward to catch you again next week.
Yeah, look forward to that, and of course Turf will make sure that he offends more people next week. Happy punting, everyone.